The Boston Bruins are about to do it again. Welcome back to another rant video here on the New England Sports Nation YouTube channel here on YouTube. Welcome back to another video. I mean, where do I even begin? Exactly a year ago, we were in the same exact situation. Here we are a year later. There is so many things that is wrong with this team. And especially when we have 3 wins in a series. And you saw the title of this video and you saw the thumbnail. That's not clickbait. It's not. I wish it was. It's not. The Boston Bruins have lost 6 straight game-clinching series games, if that makes sense. So, basically, it means, like, they're playing the games that they're 1 win away from moving on to the next round. They've lost 6 straight. 6 straight. Has anybody ever done that? Because I don't recall. When this happened, it was last year. I never thought this would happen again. And here we are. The series is not over. Game 7 is tomorrow night as I'm recording this. But I don't have confidence right now. I can't go into Game 7 with this happening 2 years in a row. You can't. I don't want to make this video, but I have to, because it's stupid. It's embarrassing. It's stupid. I don't want to hear the stuff that we're going home and everything. If we played good at home, this series would be over. We'd already be in round 2. So I don't want to hear that. I also don't want to hear Jim Montgomery in the postgame of last night of Game 6 saying that we're ready for Game 7, and we're talking about the present. We're not talking about the past of last year. You're capping. You're freaking capping. You're not ready for Game 7. You're not ready for Game 7. You're just not. You weren't ready last year when you had 3 wins. You're not ready now. You're the same thing. You're the same thing. Now, Nicole from New York Rangers, you're probably watching this video, and you're probably the only person who wanted me to make this video, and here I am. Here I am. Because what are the Bruins doing again? They're doing the same exact thing. Let's talk about it. We go into Game 6. In Toronto. We play the first period. That could have not been let's just put this straight. The Boston Bruins, in the whole entire first period of Game 6, had 1 shot. 1 shot. To the Maple Leafs 15. In their first period, they had 1 shot on goal in the entire first period. How can you have 1 shot? 1 in 20 minutes. I don't care if you're playing away. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care who's in. I know Austin Matthews hasn't been in for the last 2 games. We've lost both. So that doesn't matter. And is he going to play Game 7? Probably not, because they play better without Matthews. Or maybe they're saving him for the second round because the Maple Leafs probably know they're about to move on because the Bruins do this. When the Boston Bruins have 3 wins in a series, they don't exist. They just don't exist. I was watching that whole entire game. 1 shot on goal in the first period. That's asking to lose. I can't believe Jim Montgomery came up and said that we're ready for Game 7 in the postgame last night. How? How can you be ready? What is there to be ready? The only way for that to prove me wrong is if you actually win Game 7. The amount of confidence I have in that is down here. If you can't see my hand, that's what I mean. Really low. Might even go underground soon. And especially if we lose Game 7. I mean, and what the Bruins offense in general, that whole entire game was atrocious. Because all they did when they had the puck, they just sent it down to the Maple Leafs end every time. Like, they weren't even trying to get shots. Like, it just didn't make sense. The whole game. It didn't make sense. All they did was send it down to the Maple Leafs end, and the Leafs would just pick it up and go down the other ice and get more shots. And eventually they scored. That's what the offense was in Game 6. And it probably was like that early. I just don't remember. But we're playing in Boston, but what is the confidence level? What is it? It's underground. You can't see it. You can't see my hands. That's how low it is. If you could have one shot in one period in a playoff game that you're supposed to win to move on, you're not a playoff team. You're just not. And I also don't want to hear about the President's Trophy curse, and no, that doesn't matter either. Because Rangers won the Cup, and they're already in round 2. They swept the Capitals. 4-0. Rangers know how to play hockey. So I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear the Cup. Not the Cup. I don't want to hear the President's Trophy. I don't want to hear we're playing at home, so we have the advantage. There is no advantage to the Bruins. The only thing that's going to be an advantage for the Bruins is probably going to be the fans, obviously, in TD Garden. But I don't even know if that is to be sure at this point for what the Bruins do when they have 3 wins in a series. We're about to I'm telling you, exactly repeat it last year if we lose this game. It's an exact repeat. We are 90% there. And some people say it's even more embarrassing because it's against the Leafs. That's kind of understandable. But really, what is there to be surprised about with this team when they have 3 wins in a series? Matter of fact, even if we do move on, we're going to have to play the Panthers. Are we even going to make it to 7 games? Are we going to make it to 4 games? You got to think about that, even if we somehow come on top of Game 7. If we lose Game 7, now some people might not agree with this, and some people will agree with this. If we lose Game 7 tomorrow night, you've got to move on from Jim Montgomery. I get that he's got a lot of wins with this team in only 2 years. I get that. But when it comes to the playoffs, what I have seen, especially trying to clinch the series, the team doesn't exist. It's like they get brainwashed or something by like a troll, and then they don't know how to play hockey. When you're in the playoffs, if you get one shot in the first period and you think you're a playoff team, you're absolutely wrong. And if you're Jim Montgomery in the postseason saying we're ready for Game 7, you're definitely wrong. Put a big cap on your head at this point. Like what? All Boston fans are screaming at you right now saying that we're not ready for Game 7. I mean, I hope we are, obviously, because I'm a Bruins fan. But what we've seen, 6 straight games, guys. 6 straight clinching games to clinch out a series. We can't do it. 6 straight. 1 shot in the first period. I don't know what to fix. We'll see what happens in Game 7. I mean, I guess you can say it always goes to Game 7 when we play the Maple Leafs. I mean, I understand that, but we're literally on the brink of repeating last year, which I didn't think was possible because of the odds of that. But here we are. Here we are, exactly a year later. Early May. This is starting to be my least favorite time of the year at this point when the Bruins are in the playoffs. It really is. It's going to be, is this a tradition? Are we going to start marking the calendars? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'll see you guys next time. We'll have another rant video on the Boston Bruins, no matter if the Bruins win or not. After Game 7, I'll see you guys then. I'm going to watch Game 7, and we'll see how much I regret it. Peace out, everybody.